Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this video. My name is Richard Michka, and really quick, guys, before we get into it, I'm going to go over objection handling in this video, but let me tell you why I'm creating these videos and why maybe you should care. So I have a company called OneCallClosers.com, and in a little over 3 years, we've done over $40 million in sales. And what we do essentially is we set up sales teams for big time influencers in the online space. We've worked with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Bedros Keuilian, Onyx Signal, and a lot of others. But the reason why I make these videos, guys, is because I honestly believe that over the next 10 years, like the next decade, high ticket sales, like if you're in this space, you're going to have the biggest opportunity to make millions of dollars in just your own personal income, because the space is growing so fast. And by 2026, it's projected to be a $500 billion industry, like the e-learning industry. And then by 2030, like it'll be over $1 trillion industry, which means that more people than ever will be selling courses and products. And if you know the skill, you'll be able to make a lot of money. And that's why I teach it, because this is what I know. This is what I do. So hopefully you find these videos helpful. But on this call or on this video, I want to go over objection handling, right? So what you're going to notice is, I've spent over $200,000 like buying courses and masterminds and XYZ. And, everybody online is going to teach you the sexy objection handling, right? The perfect thing to say to answer the objection, how to get around resistance, XYZ. But here's the problem, right? If that stuff actually worked, guys, everybody would be great at sales, right? Like you can go on Instagram and somebody's selling you something on objection handling, right? Somebody's telling you something on how to overcome resistance on the phone, and it's not the words that are going to persuade somebody to say yes or no, right? There's no magic phrase in sales, but what there is magic to is the two things that come before objection handling. So the first thing that you have to establish before objection handling will actually work is, number one, you have to have trust, right? Trust with the prospect. So if you haven't established trust, like a deep level of trust on the phone with a prospect, it doesn't matter how much, like what you say to answer the objection. You're not going to get a yes, because simply they just don't trust you. And so trust is built, like everything else, through likability. Likability, number one. This is like number one, guys. If they don't like you, like nobody's going to buy from you. And then likability, comes from just literally being yourself. So like that's why when you're on the phone, the number one thing that you need to do as a closer, like if you're going to learn the skill of high ticket closing, is you got to be yourself on the phone. You cannot be a scripted robot. You cannot go off of like your piece of paper. You literally just have to be a genuine, authentic self. And people like people that are real. That's why, if you get on the phone in a high ticket sales conversation and the first thing that you're doing is like, hey, John, this is Rich. Hey, just want to let you know the call's being recorded, XYZ. Like, that stuff, it throws people off. Like right away, their senses are going off. Like, this is a typical sales guy, XYZ. Like, you have to throw off the normal pattern of people nowadays in order to build trust and likability. And the best way that you're going to do that is literally just treat somebody like you've known them for years. Like, how would you act if you just knew this guy for years and years, right? You'd probably get on the phone and be like, John, what's up, man? What's going on, man? What are you doing? Right? Like that's how you would talk to this guy. You'd use like natural language on the phone. You wouldn't be like stuck up and like nervous and like tense and like, oh my gosh, like dude, it's just another human that you're having a conversation with that is just like you, and you're just going to treat John like you've known him for years. Like however you would treat your buddy for years, that's how you're going to treat the prospect. And by doing that, you're going to establish tons and tons of rapport over the phone and likability. So number one, you have to have trust if you're going to get over objections. And then number two is you have to have conviction, right? So by the way, that's all high ticket sales is, guys. It's just two separate parts, right? So you have trust and then you have conviction. If you've built the trust and then at the end of the conversation you bring the conviction, it's just a matter of like whose conviction is going to win, right? Is the buyer's conviction that he's not going to buy today more of a conviction than your conviction of like, no, dude, like if you don't do this, you have to do this. Like there's no other route that you can go, because dude, like your business is drowning. You hate your job. Like, bro, you can't pay your bills. Like, John, I'm not going to let you off the phone, man. Like I ethically, just by ethical standards, I can't let you off the phone, bro. Like this is going to get you out of your position. So John, let's just get this done today and let's get you started, man. Right. Um, So big thing that you have to understand, guys, is that you have to have conviction over the phone. Like your level of conviction has to be sky high. Like not at a 10, it has to be at like a 15. Whatever you're selling, your conviction has to be like crazy high. I mean, that's the level of conviction you have to bring. And so once you've established these two things, trust over the phone, and then you've also established conviction, then when you go to answer John's objection, it's actually going to work. Because what John feels like now is he feels like, oh my gosh, this guy cares, right? This is what John needs to feel at the end of the day. This guy cares about me so much, and I know he does because he's acted like no other salesperson I've talked to. He took the time to know me. He took the time to like really figure out, man, like why am I here? What my goals are, what my ambitions are, what have I tried? Why isn't it working? Like as long as John knows, guys, that you really are here to help him, and the level of intent that you're pushing on the call is really to build like, John, I'm not here to sell you anything, man. Like you scheduled a call with me. I'm here, John, just to literally figure out why you're here and how I can help you. And as soon as you have this level of trust with John that says, dude, this guy really wants me to win in life, and he feels that subconsciously, because all of sales is subconscious, guys. Like there's no magic thing to sales, but if there was a magic thing to sales, it would be that all influence is subconscious. So how a human reacts and says he's going to buy comes from a very deep-rooted subconscious level that says, dude, this just feels right. Something about this whole experience I had feels right, and I'm going to buy. So once you have this established on the phone, guys, now when John says, hey, man, I need to, think about it, right? I need to think about it, right? Everybody wants to know the perfect line about, oh, I need to think about it. But the best way to answer that objection, guys, is just to be honest, right? Honesty over the phone will answer every objection that you've ever had in your life, right? Like once you figure out John why he's on the phone, like he hasn't been able to live life the way he wants. He says, dude, I haven't been able to go on vacations. And dude, honestly, like my life is just in turmoil right now. I'm not making enough money. I hate my job. My boss sucks. And now John is telling you, dude, he needs to think about it. Like, so either A, you just didn't do a good job when you showed John like the value and you didn't tie him down to the value statements, which we can go over in another call. But now when he says he needs to think about it, I'm just going to be honest with John. And honesty is easy because you don't need a script for honesty, right? Nobody needs to tell you what to say to be honest. It's just whatever comes to your head at that time. Like you just be honest with him. So for example, I would just be like, John, hey, listen, man, like, dude, you can think about this all you want. Like you can get off this call right now, John, and you can go back to your old life, man. Like that's totally up to you. But what I just heard, man, is like, John, right now, dude, you're barely getting by. You hate your job. You don't make enough money. You're barely paying your bills. And what I want to see you, John, like I don't want to see you live like this, John. I want to see you succeed in life, man. You're a good dude. You deserve like success in your life. You've had some hard knocks, but guess what, John? Like, dude, you need to do this, man. Like, if you don't do this, John, what are you gonna do, man? You're gonna go back to your old life? I don't want you to do that. Like, John, let's do this today and let's start on a new trajectory. Let's get you some help and put you on a new path, man. That sound like a plan? All right? I mean, guys, that's how you get past objections. You be honest with John. John, listen, man, you can think about it, dude. But here's the reality, John. Like, and I'm coming from a place of love, brother. Like, dude, you're going to go back straight to your old life after this. You're going to go back to that 9 to 5 you hate, right? You're going to go back to the bills. You're going to go back to the uncertainty. Like, John, let's get this done today, man, and put you on a new path to freedom, to enjoyment, so you can do what you want to do and you can live life the way you want to live it. And we're going to help you do that. Sound good? Let's do this, right? And then you ask for the sale, guys. Like, it doesn't matter what objection that they give you. It could say, hey, you know what? Let me go talk to my spouse. Hey, John, like, you can go talk to your spouse, man. You can go ask your spouse everything. But let me ask you this. Like, if your spouse says no, what is your next move, right? And either he's going to say, well, I'll do it anyways. Then you just close it. Or he's going to say, Well, my spouse, if she says no, and then I'd probably have to like not do it. And then it becomes like, well, why would your spouse say no? John, like, why? What do you think she would hesitate about? Oh, well, I don't know. She just like, she might have some questions. And then it just becomes honesty, right? Like, this is where honesty comes into the conversation. This is why John needs to feel like you actually care. Because now I'm just going to tell John honestly. I'm going to like, John, listen. And it's all based off of what you talked about earlier, guys, when you discover pain and problem. But you just go back and you just remind John, like, John, listen, man. You see, like, you're an intelligent guy, John. You're here for a reason, man. And he already told me that your wife knows that you're on this call. Like your wife knows that you've been in this pain. Your wife knows that your business is struggling. Like, John, what I would recommend, man, is like, let's put you and your wife on a new path to freedom. Like, let's have this day today be the day where we start you on a new trajectory in life to give you the things that you guys want, right? So you can go on that vacation, John, and not be stressed out about work all the time, man, and how to manage your employees and what your guys are doing and the systems that you have in your business. Like, John, listen, man, you can go talk to your wife all you want. I'm not here to stop you. But what I am here to say, John, is that if you don't do this, you're going to go back to your old life. And I know you don't want that. So let's get it done, man. Let's do this today. Like today, John. Today's the day, brother. Right? So, guys, what I'm trying to show you here is that objection handling is the easiest part of the conversation. As long as you have built trust and you have conviction, you will get over every objection. Objection handling is just statements of truth and honesty into the prospect. But unless you are coming from a place of service as a closer and a place of like, dude, John, like, I just can't let you off the phone because, dude, just ethically, man, like you're gonna go back to your life, man. I can't do that to you, John. And so that's how you overcome objections, guys. Like, that's just the truth in high ticket sales. And nobody's gonna tell you this because everybody's gonna want to tell you the shiny objects of like the 5 barriers of objection handling and the golden ticket to objection handling. Nobody's going to go over this with you guys, but I will, because this is what we do every day, guys. Like, we close deals, we one call close every single day. We have over 200 calls on our calendar every single day, and we're closing deals. And we do it out of like, I'm making these videos out of like actually experience. Like, this is what we do. This is genuine sales, right? So anyways, hopefully this helps, guys. This is how you overcome all objections. These are the 2 things that need to be present on the phone. And with that being said, if you want to learn the skill, we're always looking for great people to join our team, guys. That's like, we're always looking for great people. So if you want to learn it, like, down below, we have like an application. My team will reach out if, we feel like you're hungry enough to get after it. And then we can go from there, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you for the next one. Peace.